In the Legends Festival 2025, the Part 2 specifically, the Legends developers decided to release Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, one of the last Legends Limited we would end up getting before they retire Legends Limited from the seams of it and begin releasing Legend Rarity units. We are now in the 6th anniversary. In that time, he was easily a top 1 unit, very much so superior to the rest of the units available during that period. But now, we are in the 8th anniversary Part 2, and that same Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is relevant. Let me repeat. From November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, where we are today, that same Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is still relevant. Yeah, so at the time I made this video, I didn't know that the BoJack movie Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was going to get a Zenkai. In fact, I was kind of planning on joking about him in this video, but I scrapped that idea when explaining my thoughts about Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But now we're getting another Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Interesting. Makes me really think about what the Part 3 could be. The Ultra, is it going to be a Legend Rarity as well, or 2 Ultras? God knows, man. But in general, it really does seem like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the Legends Limited, won't be going anywhere because he's got some partners to help him out. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you a truth and I'll never tell you a lie. Gohan Ball Legends is back. Damn. The meta has shifted a lot, but when it comes to this Gohan, he is the meta. You want a most effective tactic available, you just run Gohan and you will be good. All he needs is a few lackeys to run an above decent team and he will make sure you know his name. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. This guy here, in every single form of him dropping, is always going to be a problem. The minute we see any reveal and we see it's a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, we know we're in for a lot of pain. It doesn't even need to be Super Saiyan 2. It can just be Gohan and we're in for a lot of pain. And for a lot of people, this guy being this relevant right now is the worst thing ever. But we all have to accept it. This guy's aura in Dragon Ball Legends is insane. You know, we get the Fusion Warriors, they're always cooking. Gogeta and Vegito. They run celebrations, they're the selling point, the fusion of both Goku and Vegeta. Naturally, they are going to do well and be powerful because the developers want them to be advertised, given they are the hype machines. But right next door to them, and sometimes a floor above them, lives Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. In every way is this guy pristine. His animations, easily some of the best animations we've got. I would say it rivals and is even better than some of the Legend Rarity units animations. But I don't want to do too much there because some of the Legend animations are insane. Shout out Xenoverse 2 Rose, shout out Legend Broly 2. But even his kit, why is it that this Gohan does everything? The strike damage is insane, the blast damage is insane. Why? Because he snowballs and builds up. Beyond his kit already having high level stats, his defenses in his prime 100% great, but even right now they're still above average, which is insane. And even if you think his defenses are bad, they just gave him a revival layer. My brother, you have everything already. Come on, brother. His main ability spawns every card available, so you can just have a plethora to choose from. His green card is just everything you'd need. Cover null, damage, key, pure extension to do more damage. And even post revival, he just gets even better. He can remove your vanish when he's last stand. Excessive in my opinion, considering they now moved his green card to the regular kind to now being an explosive green. Free combo starters, especially with the main ability where I just said he removes your vanish. It's not a fun thing to deal with. And then his element, right? He just happens to be one of, if not the most privileged element he could be for this celebration. The meta right now is being plagued with reds. We've got Ultra Gogeta Blue, we've got the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and the new competitor for the top 1 spot, Gohan and Trunks. Him being blue gives him so much value, especially since he's an offensive unit. He's going to be bringing that damage against the reds that are just one step ahead of everybody else. And then regarding the greens, they're just not threatening him that much. Shalette, the worst premium unit we've got in the celebration so far. And in saying that, I'm not saying he's bad. He's just worse than Broly, worse than Gogeta, and worse than Gohan and Trunks, which everybody can see bright as day. Shalette, being the only offensive green in this celebration, can only really press him through blue cards, if we're being real. And if in that scenario he does get him out, Shalette also has an ult too. Remember, Gohan has a second life, so he's getting a second chance to take you down.
I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. I'm the one who's gonna take you down.
And then regarding Broly, they decided to make him a defensive player, meaning that offenses isn't how you're meant to play him, but don't get it twisted, Broly can do damage in that last stand mode. But with the way the meta's going right now, Broly's phasing out very quickly. His defenses aren't holding up for two reasons. One, power creep just happens, so time goes on. And two, if he can't be offensively great and his defenses are somewhat deteriorating, again, I want to emphasize that his offenses aren't bad. He's just not built for that purpose specifically, though he can do damage. People are going to look for other options that can simply do that job better. And to just give Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, an even safer position, they decided to drop a hybrid Saiyan that is half purple. The same hybrid Saiyan I just mentioned a couple seconds ago, competing for the #1 spot in Dragon Ball Legends. Potentially the best in a lot of people's eyes, not all people's eyes. The only other would be Ultra Gogeta Blue, but even then it's very close. Best unit in the meta right now. Being paired with that unit and Gohan already being a one-man army unit, hybrid Saiyans are eating right now. And beyond from that, the teams and combinations you can build that aren't strictly hybrid Saiyans are just feeding the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's a team where you're running the purple Cell, Gohan and Trunks, and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. The other variation of this team, which in a lot of people's opinion can be better, is the Blue Xenoverse 2 Rose, where he completes the team as a future team. And right here, you get a lot going around. If you get Cell to his built up state, or you just use him for his death, you can get an easy win with two offensive units, Gohan and Trunks and Gohan, or Rose. But the fact that a lot of people are actually substituting Legend Rarity Xenoverse 2 Rose for Super Saiyan 2 Gohan tells you a lot about Gohan and how valuable he can just be by himself. He's that, bruh. If he wants you out of there, he's gonna do it himself on feet by himself. But there has to be more to it, right? Gohan, is he just that good that he can just survive this long? Honestly, is the answer yes? Not completely. We all know that he got put back on the featured boost, so that's definitely helping him quite a bit. He's getting an inflated stat boost, which all of the units do when they are new or relevant for the said meta. And because they released a Gohan and Trunks, they actually put Super Saiyan 2 Gohan back on the featured boost so that he can be a lot more optimal alongside his hybrid Saiyan duo. But I'm not gonna lie, it's not just that. Prior to the anniversary, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people will agree with this, his only issue was that he lacked synergy with any team. Him being Gohan, he is good enough that he can be used on any team. But when he got off the boost and power creep started kicking in and they're releasing new units that are just better, it's simply just more sensible to run newer units because they will be doing more, especially with the Legend Rarity releasing. So the only way to keep Gohan, this one-man army unit, as optimal is for him to have a decent team. And he just didn't have that until the part 2 of the 8th anniversary. The other hybrid Saiyans up until now weren't useful. The only one I will give grace is Ultra Sword of Hope Trunks, but even then with him, he was more optimal on future. And regarding hybrid Saiyans, they're still missing a third. And Son Family was just a team that vanished. Ultra Super Saiyan Goku from the 7th anniversary, he went missing. His defenses just plummeted. He was not useful enough and the KO guard wasn't valuable enough to be used. And there's no real other Son Family unit that could pair super well with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan to keep him afloat. Yes, he is a one-man army unit, but when there are teams of outrageous caliber being used, it's not as safe to run Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, even though everybody can see his kit as an individual might be one of the most superior kits we've ever seen to date in Dragon Ball Legends, because he actually does everything. And if you want to know my opinion, I'm not complaining. I've got this guy and I started him up immediately because, being truthful, the 2025 festival units didn't move me that much. I do like Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but by the time we got there, I didn't have enough CC to really go balls deep. And Fusion Reborn Super Gogeta, I feel like they really held back on him, similar to how they did Fusing GB, but a bit better of course. But it wasn't to the degree of a Fusing Super Vegeta, and I'm sure you guys all feel that. Useful in its own right, but nothing that's gonna take over the game for a long period of time. But Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, they had to make sure he stayed isolated because on his own, he is that. And I'm sure you guys agree. I just spent this whole video just talking about how powerful Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is and his situation at the moment. And honestly, he deserves it. Being the only unit to make it out the festival to this point, and I think very respectfully, if we can all be honest, he didn't decline. He just didn't have a team. No Son Family, no hybrid Saiyan. If you leader slot him, equipment wise, he's gonna hold back the whole team. But it's not that he's bad, he just doesn't have anything attributed to him for him to be useful. Anyways, those are just my thoughts on this Legends Limited. I might go as far to say Legends is last powerful Legends Limited, because now we've got Legend Rarities. But let me know in the comment section what you think about Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and the meta right now. I think I might go forward and do more videos like this speaking about my experience, specifically when there's something worth talking about. I did one about shallots, I did one about Broly, and I think I did one about yellow rose too. So if there's anybody you want me to speak about, I'll just be giving my opinion, of course, but I'll try taking the general vibe because my experience isn't everything. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.